What's up, guys? Welcome to Organic Conversations. I got my boys with me right
Let's
now.
go.
Dog.
Stoked, dude.
It's so much fun to have like friends with you because you can be yourself and be crazy and be wild. Brendan, Santa Cruz Medicinals, Wasim. I'm just Wasim.
Thanks for having me.
These are my dogs, dude. I'm so thankful to have them in my life. They level me up. I hope they level you up as well. They've helped thousands and thousands of people. And yesterday was just a small little example of that.
Yesterday was wild, dude. That was so fun, man. We had, I think there was 600 people overall because I gave out 480 tubs of electrolytes,
Wow.
I think, and that's just like the people who waited in that long line, bro. People flew in from Boston and Arizona and all types of places. It was really fun, and everyone was just eating healthy food, stoked on health.
Yeah.
We had people there with different opinions. We had Saladino. We had this guy Jacob Foods who loves seed oils. We had Cookie King who he brought his own seed oils. So I'm like, in 2025, I'm trying to get everybody together. There's all this like beef in the nutrition world, grass-fed beef, so to speak. And the funny thing is, everybody in the nutrition world agrees on like core principles of eating real food, getting outside, exercising, and I feel like everyone here, doesn't matter your beliefs, even the other people we ran into at the meetup yesterday they don't agree with a lot of the nutrition stuff we speak about, they still will promote exercise, eating real food. So it's like, can we just get more people to do that? So that's a big thing I want to do this year. But yeah, I'm stoked to have you in town, dude. Let's go.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And the fact that you did that yesterday, I saw all these, whether you want to say young teenagers to young adults, seeing that that this is possible, that you can eat clean foods, have really good role models such as yourself, Paul Saladino, Austin. It's really cool to actually see that because this is the new generation that's coming in. We're seeing a big, I don't know, it may be debatable, but we're seeing a bit of a crumble in society now. Yeah. So to see that there are people out there like yourself that are really like, hey, let's optimize our health, let's optimize everything so you can just live a better life altogether. Start to see that this is really pure, it's coming from the heart. And
absolutely.
All of the people that came, you could tell they really want to make a change in their life. So they really, 100%. Really look up to you guys. And just like me, I appreciate you guys so much for what you're doing. And
yeah,
I can feel the purity, and I appreciate the both of you.
Yeah, man. I think people who actually follow us and like really know us, like it does come 100% from a place of we want to make people healthier, like 110%. And I think people will oftentimes go, "You sell products" or something, like they use that, and it's like, yeah, but I also try to make videos like you don't need supplements. You don't even like start with the basics. Once you dial in those things, sure, look at some supplements. Like, what's so funny is I'm using creatine a lot as an example lately. Yeah. Now creatine is this thing of Western medicine has completely adopted it and said it's the most studied supplement. You won't find any doctors disagreeing with a couple grams of creatine per day. Whereas 10 years ago, it was deemed as, you don't need that. That's a powder. You don't need this. And I'm like, what other supplements are they going to come around to in 10 to 15 years? Because we know stuff like N-acetylcysteine, supplementing with magnesium, supplementing with vitamin D, like electrolytes, all these things that we all know are beneficial. When are they going to, they're going to come around to that and you're just going to be left behind. If you thought creatine was horrible 10 years ago and you didn't want to look into it and actually do your own research, then you're left behind.
Yeah.
Great. But yeah, it was fun to have Saladino out there, man.
Yeah, it was cool.
Oh my God. Really I got him to throw broccoli and some asparagus in the cart.
What happened then? How did you get that to happen?
I think he initiated it. He was like some veggies.
Wow.
Look, Saladino gets so much hate because of the plant defense chemical thing. But to be fair to him, what I can speak about very confidently is the anthropological thing that he says of Homo sapiens have always prioritized meat, fruit, dairy. That is true. Studying anthropology, that is true. Now, that doesn't mean that Homo sapiens didn't eat and rely on vegetables and fiber. They actually eat a pretty good amount of veggies and fiber, and they do seek out sweet potatoes and tubers and other things that it says are bad because of oxalic acid and phytic acid and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he is right when saying they do prefer the more nutrient-dense food. And he makes some decent points about plant defense chemicals. I still think the benefits of fiber and polyphenols and things like that outweigh any negatives. Also, when you cook veggies, the oxalates are going to go down significantly, so it's I kind of agree with him in a way of if somebody's doing a raw spinach smoothie or something, ooh, man, you're going to cook yourself. And there's literal studies on PubMed for all the really Western thinking, Western medicine people. There are case studies of that. Patient doing raw green smoothies every day, kidney stones. It's a real thing. Western medicine knows about this. But to say that having a little bit of, some carrots, some broccolini, some sweet potatoes is going to disrupt your health, I don't really think that. Could be if you have a unique gut condition. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on the whole plant defense chemical thing?
For the most part, I eat an animal-based diet.
Mm-hmm.
I used to eat more vegetables back when I was in a ketosis state. However, when I would eat vegetables, I did feel very good.
Mm-hmm.
In the aspect of detoxification, I believe that is true.
Mm-hmm.
They may say that there are plant defense chemicals, but if you look into cruciferous vegetables, they have such incredible properties in them which help your body, your brain, your blood, especially broccoli, for example, with sulforaphane in it, which is known to have really positive impacts, especially if you got cancer cells.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, are there plant defense chemicals? Maybe a little bit, but once you cook them, just like you said, you're reducing that. And I believe your gut microbiome changes based off the foods you eat. And I do believe that vegetables do serve its purpose. However, I believe most of your diet should come from animal protein, more nutrient dense. I want to say like calorically more dense foods, as in protein based, good fats. And if you have to do detoxification, or if you really like vegetables, I think that's completely fine.
Yeah, totally agree. And we've had the functional medicine doctors down here, and I get so much value from them because these guys are doing thousands of lab tests every year in just the general public in the United States. And so when you sit down with them, they really have a good insight to just what is going on. And what they both have told us is some people's guts are so messed up, and there's studies to show this, that when somebody has gut dysbiosis, their body can react sort of negatively to fiber, because a lot of that fiber is going to feed the bacteria in your gut. But if you have a gut issue, maybe you have a parasite, maybe you just have gut dysbiosis, maybe you have H. pylori, and then you're doing a higher fiber diet with veggies, for some people it can throw it off. This is why I believe when some people that are eating a standard American diet go carnivore or even strict animal-based, they experience these life-changing results. And I think the goal should be able to do that temporarily, get some gut testing done, and then reintegrate fiber to feed a good gut microbiome. But it's really frustrating with the whole traditional paradigm of no, you should always be eating more veggies, because they're throwing out these people that are saying, dude, you don't get it. I struggled with eczema, brain fog, or whatever it is for years. And then I went carnivore or animal-based, and it changed my life. I stopped these issues that I was having forever. And it's unfortunate to see videos like a Dr. Id's video or something being like, this person is irrelevant. Their thoughts are irrelevant. It's like, brother, you're missing, that is so messed up to that person, And it's like, yes, I do think a valuable thing to say is, hey, if you're doing carnivore or really strict animal-based, and you've experienced benefit from that, it's probably because your gut microbiome was not dialed in. So it's good. So do that carnivore, do that animal based, do what works for you. But I think the end goal should be, you should be able to be pretty, not so rigid with your diet. If your gut's really healthy, you can handle a good amount of stuff, and that fiber from those veggies, from potatoes, stuff like that, should be feeding a healthy gut microbiome. But it takes deeper gut tests and stuff.
Do you believe different vegetables have different impacts? Kale versus broccoli.
Totally. I totally do. Like you were saying, the cruciferous vegetables have diindolmethane, DIM, which as a supplement has been shown to help detox, estrogens and stuff like that. And dude, some of the bodybuilders are supplementing DIM to basically get less of that aromatase activity to increase their testosterone. So that's really interesting. And broccoli and cruciferous vegetables traditionally are known to support the endocrine system and boost testosterone. That's probably why. All these cultures always know before we figure it out. But yeah, kale and other leafy greens appear to have some more vitamin K1. But I try to do some broccolini. I try to do some bok choy has less oxalates in a cooked cup than raspberries. So some of the plant defense chemical argument's strange. You'll eat a cup of raspberries or you'll eat a cup of strawberries. Though that cup will have more oxalates than a cup of cooked bok choy.
Wow.
Or a cucumber. Cucumber's a fruit. But yeah, I think you just gotta find what works for you for sure.
It's so funny we're having this conversation because we eat like this and we can talk about this all day, but our health niche is 1% of the population. People that average American is ordering DoorDash, is eating processed foods. That's why I love y'all's content, because you break it down for the average person, especially you in the store, Wasim, that you are this is trash, this is why, this is what you should get, this is why. You make it black and white, and it's like really freaking cool. I love that because
I love that too. And here's the thing, bro. We all do get a lot of hate for drawing lines in the sand and saying this food, if you're holding a bag of Takis, is trash, and this is a better option. People will hate on that, and I'm gonna talk to Jacob Nutrition about this tomorrow. I'm gonna maybe get a bag of Takis. I don't even know where to get one. I'm gonna have to send somebody to buy it. You can't see me buying that. Yeah. But like, I'm gonna hold that up and be like, explain to me why this isn't a bad food. You know, like break it down, because you don't think the seed oils in there are bad. You don't think the glyphosate sprayed wheat in there and corn in there is bad. You don't think the corn syrup in there is bad. You don't think the red 40 in there is bad. So what, come on. Like, we need to like start to break this down. Like, what happens when you eat this? You don't feel good. It isn't good for your body. And it's such a simple thing, but yeah, I think dude, people need to draw lines in their life, and they need a little bit of discipline. And it's totally valid to tell somebody in a store, hey, this isn't a good thing to eat for your health. You're not saying you're going to hate them or like whatever if they eat it. You're there to help them. You're there to say, dude, buy the other thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just crazy to see like the grocery store content makes some people very upset, and it inspires a lot more people than it makes people upset, I would say.
100%. How do you deal with the negativity, like with the comments and everything? I would really like to know that.
I mean, when I first started doing content, it would get to me when I had no followers, like 15,000, 20,000 followers. I feel like it would get to me more when I would see a video, someone making a video about me, because I don't know, man, I feel like, I'm a genuine person. So like when I would see somebody make a video, freaking out at me, I would be like, damn, like you really think this about me, man? I'm trying to come from like a good place of love. And now I don't care. I mean, people try to make careers off me, just like, hating on me. And it's like, it's all good. Like I said, this year, I'm just trying to bring everybody together and find common ground with everyone, and just do all positivity. The biggest thing that I've seen lately is like that young generation that comes up and they say, hey, yo, like genuinely, like you've changed my life. You got me healthy. That's what inspires me.
Thank you.
So yeah, that's like, I just want to do more of that.
That's amazing.
So the hate, I don't, think of like Joe Rogan. Like we all love Joe Rogan. Right now, someone's making a hateful video about him. 100%. And right now another one just started. And right now another one just started. Doesn't matter, man. If Mother Teresa was on social media now, she would get hate videos made about her.
If you ain't got haters, you ain't popping.
Yeah. True. And like, dude, like, hey, I say stuff that's not right sometimes. I've been corrected. Yeah. I'm totally willing to hear people out and change my stance on stuff.
That's how you become better. That's how you grow. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is why I've never coined my diet like a term. Like people will call it the Santa Cruz Medicinals diet. I've never like done a bunch of content like this is what my diet's called. I can tell you what it is right now. It might change. I'm willing to hear. I'm willing to see what's up with it. That's real diet. My diet in 3 months might be a little different than it is right now. Like it's ever changing,
How do you handle the negativity?
Dude, same thing, bro. It used to get to me a lot. And sometimes it still does with like stuff I really care about. Like for instance, like someone made a silly video about Tallow, about the restaurant we just opened, and just like you could tell he was kind of fishing for views and comments and stuff like that, and just like he really like ate into it and just kind of tried to diss us pretty hard. And that shit just kind of hits home, because it's like, dude, we're doing everything we possibly can to make stuff right, and people are still going to hate, and it's just part of it. And I just have to like separate that between my own feelings and they got their own thing going on. And it's usually coming from insecurity.
Respect to you for saying that. Respect for opening up about that. That's dope.
Yeah, those videos were annoying to me as well, because I would say the videos that annoy me today are when it's wrong, like factually wrong. So like someone will make a video about tallow and it's $18.95 for a bowl, and they'll be like, this isn't as good of a deal as Chipotle. And you're like, all right, a bowl at Chipotle is $12. You're getting rice that's sprayed with pesticides. You're getting veggies that are sprayed with pesticides. You're getting meat that's conventionally farmed, and that meat's also cooked in seed oils. If you're getting any of the meats that are marinated, you're getting another type of seed oil in there. You're getting meats that are marinated in plastics, and there's brown sugar and some processed sugar in some of their marinades, okay? So that's what you're getting in a bowl. Now, I try to really tell people, Chipotle is still totally valid. If you only have $12, if that extra $5-6 makes a huge difference for you, by all means, I've been there, brother. Go get your Chipotle, do the tricks to get double meat, all that. Do your thing. I still eat it, okay? But to say spending $6 extra to get grass-fed, grass-finished beef, food that's cooked in beef tallow. There's no plastic cutting boards used in the kitchen. The veggies are organic. The Strauss cream in there is organic, grass-fed, cold-filled, so they don't even do warm filling in their containers. It's like all the things. The rice is organic. You know, it's put into a non-plastic container. The only thing is to go. We have to put the plastic tops on. It's like the rule in California. The meat is marinated in organic fruit juices. It's like, to say that is not worth the extra $6 is wild to me. Yeah. And so it's like, you know, stuff like that, like I'll still combat, you know? Yeah.
Or if it's personal, you know, like, but I separate from it now, dude. I'm like, whatever, dude. I'm going to keep it pushing. So
yeah, that's awesome.
I can help.
What happens in person, everybody comes up and is stoked.
All love.
It's all love.
There's never a hater, dude, ever. Yeah.
But we put ourselves out there. We're willing to chop it up with people and like, you know, we're also willing to change our ideas, like I was saying. But, you know, I think a lot of people that don't follow me, they think I'm like extremely rigid, extremely strict. I have a lot of people who still think I'm a carnivore. You know, like, so like it's crazy, bro. Yeah.
Dude, you're so dialed in, but yet you don't tell other people that you have to be an extremist to live this lifestyle, you know, like,
for sure,
you are extremely regimented. You don't bend on anything, but you're like, hey, you can do this too. It's like, it's accessible to you. It's not diving into the deep end of the pool. Like, this is low barrier of entry. Y'all both do a really good job at that. So
100%. One of the funny things I've seen a lot lately is, you know, people will say about healthy eating, it's more expensive. And, you know, I would say to them, like, you know, I've done videos where you can do a haul at Costco or Walmart and it gets extremely affordable to eat a pretty good diet. But when people will hate on, maybe it's talking about, you know, a grass-fed steak or something like this, it's like, bro, like, okay, on Instagram, BMW exists, Porsche exists. There are things in life that cost money and are nicer. And one of those things is investing in food, supplements, and health. So it's like sort of frustrating when I'll post something and someone will be like, this is, you know, this will cost $20 for this recipe or something. And you're like, for sure, 100%. Like, do you go leave comments on BMW's page? Like, what the heck? This car is $80,000. Like,
true.
There's just different things in life. So if you want to know how to, if you're like, want to know how to make recipes in poverty, my page is not the place. Right. It's not. And there's other pages that do that.
We used to only eat freaking ground beef and rice, bro. Like, when we didn't have money.
100%.
That's how it is.
Yeah. Dude. And then again, in the healthy grocery hauls for cheap, it's like, you eat ground beef, rice, and veggies,
you're good.
And some fruit, Greek yogurt bowls with some fruit in there. You know, protein powder actually helps save you money. Like, if you get a good protein powder and put that into, you know, a shake during the day, you're going to be full. Yeah, it's like, you can do it affordably.
See, that's the thing. You become full. You're satiated. So you don't actually buy as many groceries. That's what people don't understand. It's a mindset. It's not, because you can meet people who have a lot of money who still will tell you that food is too expensive. I've met people like that.
For sure.
And that's insane, because even the people who have wealth don't put the priority on food, and that makes you like go even deeper. Like, what's the root cause of that? We were never prioritized to look at the food. We were never taught in school to look at the back of the label and read the ingredients of what you just, it's mind-boggling where people will grab something and just put it in their cart.
Yeah.
But it's a standard.
It's a standard, 100%.
So that makes you think, what are we in? What is this? Why is this happening? Where it's not even that the food is poisoned. It's the fact that the mind is so foggy where people don't even look at it. That's why, like now we got to find out what will make people understand that if you prioritize food and what goes inside your body, that is actually the secret and the key to living a better life, because 100%. What you put inside reflects outside.
100%. I completely agree. Sometimes I'll make these recipes and people will say it's like a lot of calories. And it's like, bro, you don't understand. You're not going to eat when I did the whole like cast iron like beef and like they're like oh, much of it. Great recipe. This is like thousands of calories. It's like, bro, you're not going to eat that whole thing. No. I'll give you $1,000 if you eat that whole thing. Like, what are you talking about? Like, this is not going to happen. Yeah. And calories in, calories out, totally valid. It's, you know, I think it definitely works. We've seen, people lose weight eating Twinkies and stuff like that. In terms of weight loss, totally valid, but your body has an immune function, it has thyroid health, it has your endocrine health, it has your gut health. You're going to make life more difficult for yourself if you're trying to eat trash food and go into a calorie deficit to lose weight, because what's going to happen if you get sick, brother? You get sick 5 times a year because you're eating trash food. What happens when you're sick? Are you moving around? Are you burning calories? Are you hitting your workouts? Are you going hard in the gym? No. Why? You got sick. Why'd you get sick? You ate a bag of Takis and drank a Gatorade because it fit into your calorie budget for that day. So did you benefit yourself? Oh, you're like, I'm just fitting stuff into my calories, so I ate a bunch of bad food before I went to sleep. Okay, now your sleep's disrupted. Now your testosterone's lower. So now your lift the next day sucks. It's like, yes, the calories in, calories out thing matters, but when you feel amazing, it's so easy to burn calories. You naturally have energy. Like, we're all burning a lot of calories every single day because we naturally have the energy to get up and move and go walk around, go to the beach after this and mess around. And like, naturally, you just move more because your body has the tools it needs to live. So calories in, calories out matters for sure. It should be a concept people know about. But if you're going to try to get there using processed foods, it's tough.
You're working up an uphill battle.
Yeah, it's like a challenge. It's like you're giving your body a challenge.
Yeah, it's crazy. When you eat better, you feel better, you work more, you have sex better, like everything gets better around that,
100%.
It's like when you put premium fuel in a Ferrari or whatever. If you put diesel in that bitch, it's going to blow up.
Dude, I was going to do a whole post on sex, okay? Like, literally, like, when you are healthy, you have better sex. Mm-hmm. When you're healthy, you have better relationships. And like, if you really want to get into it, like, how does your body make neurotransmitters? Well, it synthesizes amino acids and vitamins and minerals from your food, and they literally they work in your brain to create neurotransmitters, okay? So if you and your girl are eating trash food, and let's just say you're deficient in copper, well, copper's needed to facilitate the neurotransmitters in your brain. So now you both have a little altered dopamine, serotonin production, so you might bicker more, okay? And then let's talk about what we all know is like a guy. Like, okay, when you're eating a food like watermelon, that has L-citrulline in there. That increases blood flow, okay? So you're going to have better sex, 100%. Like, your testosterone's high because you're eating well and you have all the cofactors to make testosterone. So now you have more of a sex drive. The same goes for females, okay? Like, your girl does all this cycle syncing stuff, helping women with that. What happened? Like, it's so crazy to me that right there, like, that should encourage a lot of young men to want to be healthy. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just wild, dude. Like, I get really fired up about this. Like, with health and working out and eating right, you're literally telling me there's something you can do that will make you look better, perform better. It'll make girls like you more. Look at all the studies on women are able to smell people's immune function, not just how they look. Just they're literally able to tell if your immune function is bad, okay? They're able to sniff out your testosterone levels and all that stuff. So, okay, something's going to make all of those things better. I don't understand why people wouldn't look at this as like a performance enhancement drug. With the same veracity they look towards stuff like doing a nicotine pouch or something.
It's an easy, quick fix, man. Americans have been just plagued on this quick, easy fix by Big Pharma or whoever, and it's so sad, dude. They would rather do that little thing or buy $300 of supplements and not do the food and everything like that, dude, because it's easy. And that's what they've been programmed.
100%. Yeah. What are the things that you guys struggle with most with health? I'm always curious because we're all dialed in, like, but we all have our issues.
Let me see.
I have never gotten asked that question. That's a really good question.
I definitely have one big thing that sticks out for me is I need to eat more. I need to eat more protein. Like,
I got to link you up. I just talked to him today, a meal delivery service in San Diego that Tanner was messing with that does no plastic, no seed oils. Like, he's really small time, but something like that would be key for you because you're busy.
I need that meal. Dude. And I prioritize work and everything else before me eating. Mm-hmm. And so that's something I definitely struggle with a lot.
Totally.
Like, I do all the other things, a little morning routine, either yoga, surfing, OJ, like all this stuff. But for me to eat, clean everything, all that, I don't prioritize it as much as I should.
Totally.
Yeah.
Mine is brain health because I really strive to... Neurogenesis is an important factor in my life, and there are things that I would say procrastination is one of the things, which is very relatable to everyone. And the reason I say that is because I eat very well, and with that being said, just because I do that, the aspect of moving is still something very important that I'm learning. The aspect of going outside, doing more activities, being outdoors is so important as a biological human. Those are the things that I believe I should be working on more, because if I'm having procrastination issues, it's probably because of what I'm doing, certain choices and decisions I'm making, which is bringing me into that situation, because there's something in my soul telling me, hey, procrastination, like, it's okay at certain times, but you got to get your ass up and go do that thing you said you were going to do.
For sure.
So I've been learning how to work with that, with organization, writing stuff down, in the present moment, writing it so I know that if I'm going to do it later, at least I have it written, versus, I thought about it, I'll remember it in 5 minutes. No, I won't.
Totally.
It never happens.
I 100% struggle with that sometimes. I've been good at writing stuff down lately. Like, my thing that I struggle with like health lately, but it's so funny because last week or so I've been good about it, but before that, like, that Costa Rica trip helped me like lock in on it. But it's just too much time on the phone, and
it's tough
going to bed too late because of work, you know. Like, the thing is, I love it, you know. I love making these videos. I love, you know, seeing
more productive at night too sometimes.
Yeah, I'm pretty productive at night, but I'm good lately about wearing the blue blockers at night. Guys, get some good blue blockers. You fuck with blue blockers?
Yeah, the red that block the red lights. Yeah,
like, and I wear them at night. We had the expert in light on the podcast, Syed, and he's like, at night he even tries to do long sleeve and sweatpants. He's like, the artificial light will actually, your skin will notice you have photoreceptors on your skin. So like the blue light hitting you at night, he actually goes like long sleeve, in the evening.
I swapped all my bulbs out for incandescent to Thomas Edison lighting.
Yes.
So like no LED, no none of that shit.
At our house, we have a super dialed in light set up. Sometimes I like to watch TV a little too late with my wife, but I throw on the blue blockers now. And
it's also balanced too. That's healthy.
Balanced,
that's good for the soul and
100%.
The heart and the love.
Oh yeah, we're giving each other foot massages and chilling with Chudo. It's something I enjoy. So you know, there's all that type of stuff, and just being on the phone less, just like managing it.
Do you believe that when you're on the phone, I know you're a very hardworking person, but do you catch yourself sometimes getting on the TikTok and going into the brain rot section and just like scrolling mindlessly? Does that happen?
Yeah, it's really hard for me to separate what is scrolling versus what is work, because I'm able to tell myself that it's always work.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it is like the fact that I'm in like the cookie verse and all this stuff. It's all like this brain rot stuff, but because I know what's going on there, I've tapped in with this young audience in depth because I am in it. And, you know, so it's a really unique thing for me, all of us scrolling on social media. It's a different thing. And we're constantly able to tell ourselves that, like, I can easily look at, like, my wife, if she's, like, scrolling back, you should, like, take a break from your phone. You should, like, because, like, but, like, when she'll tell me that, I'm like, nah, I'm working. You know, like, no, I need to watch this Cookie King video right now. I need to see what's going on. You know, it's like, I don't. So I need to just, like, spend less time. Still, it's part of work. So I'm going to scroll. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to spend some time on it, you know, to make change in the world. I need to be involved with that, but I need to just limit it a little bit.
I respect that, because it's the new generation, that Generation Z, and you have to know how they are acting. You need to understand their behavior. A lot of people who do the food content or what we do as influencers, they have no idea what the new generation is like, because I've spoken to health influencers and they said everybody knows that seed oils are bad. I'm like, no, they don't. 99%, maybe 98% don't know. Yeah. So you have tapped into that, and I've seen the streams with Neon and such. Congrats to you for doing that, by the way. That was pretty cool.
Absolutely.
And I think you should keep going with that.
Totally.
Because these kids, they need that help.
Yeah.
All the money in the world, yet you're on stream with Jolly Ranchers and Sour Patch. That's unacceptable.
No, you got to make it viral. You got to, like, I think a lot of people will, like, come on and they hate on Gen Z a lot, you know what I mean? And it's like that, you're not going to reach people by that, you know what I mean? Like, the generation has their issues. It's clearly, like, statistically, like, they're having less sex, they're less healthy, they have a major rise in colon cancer, which is extremely concerning. And I think that's why people were talking about a lot of conversations about these Zyn pouches lately. Dude, so many of these young kids are on these things, bro. The little nicotine pouches, like, are so prevalent. It's insane.
And they try to push them like that's clean and all that.
Nicotine pouches that go in your mouth?
Yeah. Just Zyns, bro. Like, and so people are all about it. They're basically saying it's a nootropic. And people were debating with Saladino yesterday about this. Well, what about the nootropic effects of nicotine? And it's like, Bro, what about the nootropic effects of doing 10 push-ups, doing some deep breathing?
Or 8 hours of sleep.
8 hours of sleep. What about that's going to be a major change. What about the nootropic effects of doing a 10-minute meditation before you go to bed? And it's like, yes, nicotine has some interesting stuff with, it can have nootropic effects, but there are risks. And we see a major rise in colon cancer amongst youth. I would not be surprised if it's all the artificial sweeteners, all the Zyn,
the vaping.
Mm-hmm.
There's something going on clearly. And people will say, it's just a lack of fiber and veggies and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure. But there's basically a gut dysbiosis going on. And especially with young kids, we see more and more acne than ever. Rates are going up, which is, if you talk to the functional medicine doctors, gut skin axis, clear thing, clearly established. So it's not good, man. I mean, shit, the 21-year-olds getting colon cancer, that's not right, man.
Gosh,
The femininity of males, the masculinity of women. You see that in the schools. They said that now, I don't know if you've seen, but most teachers now are saying that these new students are not smart. Like they can't spell window. They can't do simple things anymore.
For sure.
'Cause they're all glued to the phone.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Yeah. Even though I'm not into the whole public education system because of Rockefellers and all that, that's another subject. But the fact that they can't even, I couldn't focus back in school. But imagine now with the phones. Imagine now with the foods.
Attention span.
Oh, dude.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, it's almost like a meme to us, but it's true of a kid will be fed Pop-Tarts and cereal and drink a soda. Yeah, and then they'll be sent to school. And then they'll be told, this kid's
Sit
not
down
focusing.
8 hours a day.
And then they'll be told, you need to go to this, nurse or psychiatrist that is approved by the school, and they'll be put on
ADHD.
amphetamines. And that it's like a meme. It's like we post memes about it, but it's happening right now. Just happened. It's it's insane.
Yeah.
Were you on any Adderall, Vyvanse, or anything like that?
Absolutely. I was prescribed it, and luckily, by the grace of God, I took it a few times, and I was like, I don't like how this makes me feel.
Wow.
I thought it made me worse at soccer. I was 13 when I got prescribed it, and my mom would be like, here, take it, whatever. They didn't know better, and I would chuck it in the bushes on my walk to school.
Was it you that was I don't feel right?
No.
You were able...
No, I was going to school, and, got in trouble in one class or whatever. And some teacher, it's basically the teachers push to the parents who then push to the psychiatrist. One meeting with a psychiatrist, I'm prescribed a drug that would have been life-altering had I taken it. It's insane. And dude, I've done so much content on the ADHD stuff because I'm passionate about it because I was given this stuff as a 13-year-old.
Yeah, me too.
Ritalin how it was made is a Swiss chemist was playing tennis with his wife, Rita, and they were trying to develop new amphetamine derivatives. And he's testing them on his wife. And she's dialed in this one day. They're playing tennis. She's like, this is the one. And he's like, yes, we got it. Ritalin. That's why he called it Ritalin from his wife, Rita. Anybody can Google that. There's a bunch of stories about it. And then they go, okay, we got this drug. It definitely makes people focus. Not denying that. Horrible for you. But how do we get this to a bunch of people? They went into the educational institutions and they developed a questionnaire, because still to this day, ADHD cannot be, you can't do a blood test, say you have ADHD. Brain scans are extremely unreliable for ADHD. So there's no way to diagnose it. It's just a thing of my kid can't focus in school. So they developed this questionnaire, and the questionnaire will for sure get you on ADHD meds. You know what I mean? That's what it's built for. And that's still how it's done to this day. You get a kid in there, they fill out a questionnaire, they talk to a psychiatrist who makes money from prescribing these things, and they get prescribed it. And it's not a conspiracy, it's not bullshit, this is just how it is done. Proponents of it will say, well, we do see, better test scores, we see better focus in school because of this. My whole thing with SSRIs, ADHD meds and all these things is, I don't think they should be something that never exists. There should be 0 people in the world on them. I don't think that. I think when you have these issues and they're not a critical psychotic break where somebody's severely in danger, when it's just my kid can't focus in school, I feel a little depressed. Cool. Let's talk about lifestyle, because it's proven. Exercise is just as good as SSRI medications. Multiple PubMed studies on that, comparing the two. Okay, so we know that. So why are we giving people SSRIs when they have side effects, when we don't do exercise as a protocol first? And then basic blood work should be done. We know low vitamin D is associated with depression. Why are we not doing that? It's a $20 test. Not doing that, in my opinion, should be criminal. Hopefully RFK can make some like actual laws there. You prescribed an 8-year-old an SSRI without running a vitamin D test. Did you have a conversation with them about their sleep? Did you not give them their parents a talk about exercise and diet? You didn't do that? You should go to jail. That's literally what I think. It should be, yeah, but who knows if that'll happen.
It should be criminal.
It's passion. I appreciate the passion in that, you know?
Yeah, and it's not saying, oh, we never get this kid on SSRI. Maybe they have some serious issues. I'm not saying these drugs should be never used, but it's like without the prior stuff of natural things we know that can help, it should be criminal. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
6-year-olds on this shit.
When I was on Adderall, I believe I was 13. That's when I was, they gave it to me. It was because, mind you, I was eating Pop-Tarts, Coca-Cola, the same diet, just like you said.
Yeah.
Which is really funny because I started taking it and my grades actually did improve. So everyone could say, oh, see, it does make you smarter. So here's why. Here's where it gets crazy. There was one day I came back home from school. I was sitting in the backseat of the car, and my mom and dad were asking, how was school? And I was very all over the place, hyperactive, but I was always like full of life. I answered, fine. It was good. Like not rude, just it was good. Just nothing. And my dad noticed, and he was like, what is wrong? What is going on with him? And my mom's like,
robot.
I was like, there's nothing. Yeah, like a zombie. I don't want to say robot, zombie. Because my mom was just like, his grades went up. This is a good thing. And he's like, he's not himself. He's like, his life is. So my dad was like, we're getting him off it. They took me off it. And I got my life back. I felt so much better. My grades were shit again. Life was good.
Yeah, 100%, man. Hey, you know what's so funny is my grades were always up and down, whatever. High school had some issues, and then when I got to college, when I finally got to UC Santa Cruz, started studying something I actually was interested in, anthropology. I graduated with a 3.8. Like I graduated with great grades, bro. And I'm not somebody who's obsessed with school. I get obsessed with topics and stuff and certain things, but like, yeah, I didn't like listening to a teacher who was not passionate about what they were talking about. And like you said, I'm fed Pop-Tarts, I'm sitting under artificial light. Like, yeah, I couldn't focus on that. That's not a negative thing for me. I don't care. And now today I sit here, multimillionaire, whatever you want to say. Like if you want the credentials and like, do I have different neurochemistry than the ADHD kid that couldn't focus? No, I'm just living healthier and I'm focusing on stuff that I care about. It's not rocket science.
It makes it easy to learn about something you really like. Or that's how I feel, at least.
100%.
Yeah. I get super nerdy on something that I love. And it's like, for us to expect a kid to sit in a damn chair for 8 hours is unreal. It's so sad, dude. We're meant to move around. We're meant to learn about things we love. And I'd love to hear what you think about with the Rockefeller system and how the general public school education system is kind of more or less to throw us into the 9-to-5 like worker loop.
Well, you ever look at how a school looks? The hallways look just like a prison system. The cafeterias, the school buses look just like prison buses. And also, do you ever notice that at the end of a class, what goes off? A bell. Subconscious programming to get you to listen to the bell. Another thing is you got to raise your hand to go to the bathroom, teaching you to become the best worker. And it's very interesting because when will you ever have to use the Pythagorean theorem in real life?
Never, bro.
Never. Yeah.
No, you never have to use it.
Never.
So you ask yourself, why am I learning this? History. You don't even know if the history books are real because the winners of war write history. Everyone knows this. So you start learning science, the solar system, whatever you want to say. Is the earth flat? So many different things. But the school system teaches you only one way to look at things, and they tell you never to question it, just to go along with it. And I don't believe in the, and also don't you have to get certain shots? Don't you have to get to get into the public school system?
In California.
That's a fascinating thing. I think that's something a lot of America's thinking about right now with RFK discussing it. And it's the craziest thing ever that because I was anti-COVID shot, people will label me anti-vax, anti-science. And it's like, whoa, we need to chill. We need to there's people just refuse to have nuance on any topic like that. And I listened to the doctor on Rogan who wrote a book about vaccines, and America should be allowed to have a nuanced take and have some freedom with this. Like, it's so okay. So like we used to have 5 or 6 for most of the time, required vaccines. Now we're up to 40.
Jeez.
So if America's not allowed to question that, and you're called all these names and this and anti-science, that it's bad. And if you said, oh, like, I don't think a healthy 12-year-old needs 3 shots in California and boosters, you're called names, you're called this. And now people sort of reverse that, because a lot of the science came out about the COVID vaccine.
People still defend it, though.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Insane.
100%. People still defend it. And it's crazy, man. I think we're luckily entering a time where we're going to be allowed to question it, and the pendulum's starting to swing back. And it's just, people just don't want nuance with it. Like, you try to voice this stuff and they go, you think vaccines cause autism? No. That's not. Which ones are we talking about? Oh, you're going to have your kid have no vaccines? I don't know. Let me research each one and see what's going on and talk to some doctors and get an actual opinion on what I should do for my future child. Are you going to tell me, hey, you're not going to get your kid 42 shots? Yeah, probably not going to do that. Probably not going to do that. Okay? So, yeah, I think people just don't want nuance with that conversation, and it's a bummer.
Why do you think people are so scared to speak their mind?
Because if you're seen as anti-science, you are seen as dumb. The problem is science, real science, should be ever evolving and questioning itself. We've gotten to a place where people say that this is the science. That's a false thing to say. Science is ever evolving, okay? It's just like the seed oil debate. We were talking about it yesterday. Yes, seed oils do lower LDL. There are hundreds of studies on that. And the conventional wisdom is high LDL equals heart disease. That's where they're probably wrong. That statement right there. There are people with low LDL that get heart attacks. There are people that go their whole life with high LDL and get heart attacks. Is high LDL associated with higher rates of heart attacks? For sure. Yeah, 100%. So I see where they're getting that jump. But the fact that people that are really in the weeds in this stuff are not going, hey, seed oils lower LDL, and this is why we think they're good, because high LDL is associated with higher rates of heart attacks, but we don't know everything about LDL yet. There are conflicting studies about LDL. There are factors like triglycerides, HbA1c that we're looking into. There's oxidized LDL you can measure now. It's what Saladino was talking about yesterday. Some of the studies showing oxidized LDL. I just got my oxidized LDL measured. Low as hell. Or because I don't eat a lot of seed oils, right? There's so many things, and it's like, I think science would be better off, and the people that portray that they know everything, to say, hey, we're learning more stuff about LDL. This is what we think right now, and this is why. It's totally fair. But to say, this is the science, it's a crazy statement.
People love their camps, though. People want to be like labeled something to feel a part of something too.
Yeah,
which is a little scary. People should have their own. That's the thing too. The loudest people are the minimum people. The loudest people are, oh my God, you're anti-vaccine or whatever. That's like the 1%. I think most of America wants to have,
for sure,
the ability to think independently, but it's the loud left or right that's like so shocking, and that's the people commenting these crazy things online. It's like, that's not most people. Most people are probably like us, which, hey, let's like figure this thing out one by one. And yeah, it's sad that, people are kind of scared to voice their opinion because someone's going to slap them down and make them feel dumb, or like, oh, you're anti-vax, you hate my grandma. You want my grandma to die.
Yeah, that was the thing during COVID when we would go into Whole Foods with no mask. People would freak out, give us looks, that was a funny time. It was, in a way, it's good because it woke more people than ever up about health. Health content started to go off because people realize, wait, if I have a good immune function, if I have, if I'm not obese, I'm going to survive this shit. And people started to realize, and people started locking on their health, and they were just home realizing like, they just got a chance to step back and look at their lives. And that's why health content really did blow up during this time. And that's one of the great things to come out of that time. People started to really look at how they live. Some people went the other way, but
a lot of people went the other way.
Yeah.
The least amount of COVID cases was in gyms.
Isn't that crazy? People that work out.
People are healthy.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I got COVID, I had a headache for a day or two.
Same.
I was fine, man.
Same.
I
got it a few times.
Yeah.
But I'm perfectly fine,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like extremely exhausted for a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And we're going to see another pandemic for sure.
Yeah.
In the next 7 years, we'll see this. We'll see this again. Yeah, it's going to be crazy, but we'll be ready for it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Most we can. Yeah, it's wild, dude.
Dude, COVID was a wild time.
We had a great time.
I enjoyed it.
Great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, we had a great time, bro. Like,
all my close friends around me didn't get the shot. I literally convinced all the people around me. Because once I went into it, I was like, this is ridiculous. And I was shocked that nobody would look into the ingredients or anything. I just was shocked.
Yeah.
It was like, there was a guy who actually went into the CVS right before he got the vaccine. He was like, can I just see it real quick? He grabbed it, ran out of the store, showed the ingredients. There was nothing on it. So they don't even, they're not showing it.
That's crazy.
It's so crazy. And then all these videos, there was a guy in Canada who was refused to wear a mask. He wouldn't do it. He had 20 police squad go after him. That dude was, I think his name was Chris something, but
he got locked up.
Yeah, he got locked up for it.
Yeah, Canada went insane with it. Yeah, I mean, people were dragging people out of surfing in the water. And it's like
you're in the water. It's probably
the safest place.
Yeah, it's probably one of
the people lost their minds. It was kind of good to see how that can happen, and you buy more ammo and
how easily influenced the population can be.
It's not even
through the news.
It's not even the easy influence. It's just like the common sense would disintegrate instantly because you're so in a stressful state, and when you're in a state of fear, you can't think logically, especially when you're wearing that mask over and over and you're breathing in your own carbon dioxide. And viruses are so small, they go right through it. And then people were sneezing straight in their mask. Freaked me out.
Crazy.
Freaked me out.
Most of the CDC's recommended vaccines are not double placebo tried studied.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we just let these companies just get a little too crazy with stuff. It's just what happens, man. Like these corporations start to just function without like any type of oversight. They get big lobbies in Congress, and their goal is to sell more. It's like, it's not even a conspiracy. That's not a conspiracy whatsoever. Like, they want to make more vaccines to make more money, and we should have actual groups that have oversight and challenge them, or else they're going to obviously try to make more money. The corporations start to function as their own entity. That's their own thing. They're just trying to create more value for shareholders, and they don't get that by not creating more mandated vaccines. So we just have to have way more oversight there. We need to relook at that, and I think RFK is doing that, hopefully. But they're hard to go up against. There's a lot of money there, for sure.
What is your biggest, like, let's say, emotionally that drives you into doing what you're doing? Like, for example, when I see, whether it's the Dr. Ids, the Plant Slant, these people with the white coats who are literally defending, when RFK does something new about Kraft and Heinz are removing, what is it they're removing again?
Color food dyes and something else.
There's food dyes, and there was one other thing they're removing, which is a huge win for our people. But the fact that you have these guys get on, and they're like, "This is an outrage. This should not be happening," and they're in white coats, like, dude, like, fucking shame on you. Like, are you kidding me? You're removing petroleum-based color, which is so good for the children, so good that, I mean, you shouldn't be eating Kellogg's anyway, but you're already in one step in the right direction. And then you have these people who are certified, who tell you, like, don't listen to these grocery store people. I have the credentials to tell you that it's fine to eat. Shame on you.
Yeah.
So what about you guys? What drives you for this?
Yeah, I mean, what drives me, I mean, so when I started doing this, it was because I was getting my degree in anthropology at UC Santa Cruz, and I started to get fascinated by different cultures and how they were healthy. If you're taking a medical anthropology class, you start to see these different tribes that had really good health. And I would always see this myth. I still see it. I try to make a video on it every couple months. Our ancestors all died at 30. That's not true whatsoever. It's just not. And you ask any anthropologist that, they'll simply explain to you. There's so much information online about that. We see remnants that are carbon dated, people 75, 85. If you get past the first 6 years of life, you will commonly live longer than our current lifespan right now is 75.
It's decreasing.
And the health span is way less. People will basically be incapacitated a lot of times by the time they're 68, 70 years old. Those last 5 years are ugly. Whereas a lot of people from traditional cultures would live 75, 85, but their health span was all the way up until the last year of life. It's crazy. They live and die a graceful life.
That's nice.
So I got really interested in that. I'm like, wait, it just was kind of mind-boggling to me. And then you look at tribes like the Hadza and stuff, and you're like, I don't know, as a young guy, it's like kind of cool. You're like, dude, these guys are like drinking blood and like they look like jacked. You're like, wait, what's going on? Like this dude doesn't know a gym. You see all these photos that people have taken in like the like 70s and 80s, you know, of like going to these tribes, right? So I was like, all right, what's going on there? Then I got really fascinated in fixing my skin health. That was kind of the first thing, because I was vain, right? So I'd already like put on some muscle and stuff, and I wanted to be cool, and I wanted to have good skin. So then I started to look into how to actually fix this. It was annoying me. I was struggling with it. I was like, what is going on?
Were you on the bodybuilding diet? Because you said you were building muscle?
I was more on that bodybuilding diet. Was still eating not healthy. Traditional diet. And then I started to look into the gut-skin axis. I started to look into minimalistic skincare, because I'm like, wait, why do we see all these photos of these tribes with excellent skin? What's going on? Then you look into the research of this anthropologist that went to this island and that was his whole thing, is skin. He looked at all the skin and he noticed no acne, no eczema, and he attributed it to the diet. So I started getting into more ancestral eating and looking into that. And there was a community doing that. Weston A. Price, people like that, like saying, okay, like, wow, we see better dental health in people that eat these traditional diets. Why is this? Oh, it's the vitamin K2 from the cod liver. It's the nutrients from beef organs. So I started to go into that. Then I started to eat healthy. And then, you guys know how it is. You start eating healthy. First week can be hard. 3-4 weeks into it, when you're disciplined, you're like, what? That's why people that get healthy want to tell everybody about it and start posting about it. It's insane. You really do it for 4 weeks, 5 weeks. I tell people to always do these 30-day challenges. Why? Bro, anybody who actually does that and commits to it, and it's not cheating, eating Subway and crumble cookie, you will experience a new you. And you'll be like, wait, this is how I can feel? Life gets easier. My skin gets better. I start researching more about health. And then what drove me in a whole different way, and Austin saw the whole thing go down, watching my dad pass away. Brutal, difficult, horrible. I couldn't help his health, you know what I mean? That's how, I'm sure we all have family members that we can't save.
Of course.
But during that time before that, I started posting on social media, and it provided a deeper thing of, you know what? Couldn't help him, can't help other people in my family, but people genuinely do want help and are getting help from me telling them to eat more real food, exercise, and then so that just re-solidified it, and I just went all in.
Yeah, you're going to say it to people that want to listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like, that was the last, couple of years, and now it's just, you see it now, like hundreds and hundreds of people coming out. You changed my life. You got me eating real food. I saw a video, and people say, oh, when you give people $100 at McDonald's, they're going to go to another Taco Bell. Yeah, it might be right, and fuck that person if they do. But guess what? That video got 3 million views. And guess what? People that watch that are going to go, you know what? This is crazy, man. This guy's handing people $100 to not drink soda or eat McDonald's. Let me try it.
I shouldn't eat it.
Yeah, let me try it. And that person makes a change. That's what I care about.
I feel very similar to one of the parts you said, that it's like, I used to not feel good. And so now feeling good, it's like, oh, wow, I want to embrace that. I want to share this.
100%.
Well. And dude, when I was in the Marine Corps, being a fucking machine, I was jacked. I was physically, cardio, all this, peak. You're training like a machine, a beast. And I still didn't feel good in my gut. My skin didn't look good. And I'm like, how is this possible, dude? How am I like, a warrior, a beast, machine, but I can't, I don't feel right. My poops are off. My stomach feels weird. I get weird feelings after I eat. My skin is all blotchy. I got acne and stuff. I'm like, this isn't right. So it took me years and slow little things to realize like, oh, wow, when I eat this, I feel a certain way. When I drink this, I feel a certain way. Oh, when I cut out alcohol, wow, this makes me feel way more alive type of deal. So little by little, and it's taken me years.
Yeah,
and then
100%.
When we met, it's like, oh, wow, now I have friends that share this lifestyle, and we can kind of give each other ideas back and forth and kind of be like, okay, let's like try this together. Or wait, that worked for you? Let me try that out. So it really helps having friends big time to try and share this health with. But yeah, it was like me training like a damn machine, and I still didn't feel good.
100%.
So it just took kind of years of my own little trial and error to get where I'm in today. And I still don't feel as physically stout as I was in the Marine Corps, but dude, it was my job to be physically stout. And now I can't do all the things I used to, but I feel fucking way better.
Yeah.
Way better. I move way better, so.
Yeah, now you're surfing.
Yeah, hell yeah. And do yoga and all this stuff. Yeah, it's a blessing.
Yeah.
It's a
That's
blessing,
awesome.
dude. Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that.
How do y'all like these teas?
I'm so far.
Guys, I make this ginger turmeric tea.
So
that
good.
I just use a cheese grater, and I get just real ginger turmeric root. Any food store really has it. You grate it up with a cheese grater. You get this little stainless steel thing on Amazon for like $6. Put a little black pepper in there, a little honey.
It's so good.
Let it sit for
Appreciate
5-10
you.
minutes. It's insane. I have it at night. It's like really peaceful. It's no caffeine, obviously extremely anti-inflammatory.
I love it.
Gets a little spice.
Yeah,
And
that
it's just
hit,
like a
man.
nice like little chill.
That real ginger,
chill
that
thing.
real turmeric.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yep,
Stoked,
exactly.
dude.
Yeah, dude. Get that oranges too.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Do you use
Yeah.
orange peel for that?
No, I'm just, that's y'all's orange if you want it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Stoked, dude. Should we get outside, get some movement going?
Yeah, I'm down. That was sick.
That was so fun, bro. So stoked.
Dude, that was so
Appreciate
fun,
you.
guys. Hell
Appreciate
yeah.
you both.
And this is only a tidbit of into both y'all's lives, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
man.
dude, it's fun, man. And like yesterday, we ran it up at Tallow, dude. Everyone's out there, bro. It's such a good time.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I mean, there's just like two different ways you can go in the world, and we're definitely showing that. Like, you can like. You're going to get obsessed with something as a young man, as a man in general. Men get obsessive about stuff. You better get obsessed with health, going in the gym, doing outdoor activities, eating well. Get obsessed with that.
Yeah.
See what it does for your life. Or watch people who get obsessed with alcohol. Watch people who get obsessed with partying. Watch people who get obsessed with lust and girls. See what happens. Because we've all heard plenty of stories. And
Yeah, but they don't
it's
really
like-
show you the dark side of that. You know, it's always glamorized that all those 7 deadly sins.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone glamorizes that, but it's really tough when people can't see the authenticity of the negatives that come from. Even though we all know
For sure. Look up John Jones. I'm about to do a post on John Jones. It's like, dude, I got love for the guy, you know, and everything, but like, look at his record, bro. Look at his arrest record, not his
Heavyweight
win.
UFC
Yeah,
fighter
of course.
champ. Yeah, okay.
Like,
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
know it is.
it's a dude, it's out there if you look. You know, this shit, bro. And then getting older like we are, like we're in our
Yep.
30s. Hey, man, it really starts to get not cool to be drinking and partying
God.
when you get to this age. You don't get looked at as like, oh man, that's cool, man. This guy's living it up. It gets to like
weird. It's weird.
bro, like what?
And the amount of like scale that you just kind of go above them, you know, just every year gets bigger and bigger, that
Yeah.
margin. When you see fit 50, 60, 70-year-olds, it's like, whoa. Like,
Yeah,
that's
sick.
badass. Like, I can be that. That's super dope. Like, I envy that. And it's rare.
But a lot of people
So
have that
rare.
mindset that as they get older, they're like, I'm old now, so what's the point of me even working out? But there's so much proof that if you take care of your body, health, and everything, you can look so good in your 80s,
Yes.
90s, 100. It's possible.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, as you age, I personally believe you look better. If you feel good, look good, do good. Doing good is so important too, because spiritually, you get that good karma thing is real.
100%.
You know? And you can tell when you look at someone's skin, look at their face, and look at the way their eye contact, body language, everything matters. And I actually have a question for the both of you that I haven't asked yet. But what are your thoughts on the ZA? What are your thoughts on plant medicines? And like, can I ask that?
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, I'm
Totally.
gonna answer
Like
first
your
because I know you're
cannabis.
gonna go like in the weeds.
I
in the
love.
weeds about it.
Hey,
Get
in
it?
the weeds.
I understand that before 25 years old, it really messes with gray matter big time. I'm very thankful I didn't start early. I know a lot of people in California, especially, it's such in the culture that you get introduced to at 12, 13 years old. I'm very grateful that in high school, in the Marine Corps, a little bit after the Marine Corps, I waited. And then I over-abused it. I was in the cannabis industry, an extreme stoner. And now I have a lot better relationship with it, a lot more discipline around it, because I wouldn't do the things that I needed to throughout the day because I was smoking myself to a couch, you know, and that's easily done. And I think if you have discipline around it, you use it, you know, seldomly, or you use it as a medicine, if you will, and not extremely recreational. I think it can be a tool to other things, but like anything, you can overindulge in it. You can drink too much water and die. It's just like these things can be easily had, and I think it's all about balance. But it's hard for me to say this because a lot of young people will see this and be like, oh, that's a green light to I can smoke weed. Organic Tarzan does it, I can smoke weed. Not what I'm saying. Discipline is something that not a lot of people have, and yeah, it's I'm grateful to be able to understand I went way too far in it, and now I'm a lot less, and I know that I consume it a little more than I should. It's probably about 4 nights out of the week I'll smoke a few puffs of a joint, and I know it's not the best for me, and that's one thing that helps me settle the fuck down. Sure, I can do a 10-minute meditation or a little yoga, but I do enjoy that. And, you know, it's one of the things where I'm like, you know what, I'm okay with. I like fast cars. I like driving a fast when it's safe. You know, it's like these little things like I'm okay with.
Yeah,
I get it.
totally.
But I don't want to give a green light to youngins, so that's my thing. But yeah, tell me about
Facts. Yeah. I mean, look, I've been to the jungle and done ayahuasca. I've done large amounts of shrooms various times.
You got to talk about that.
Yeah. So, and as far as the ZA goes, here's really my thoughts on it. So, it does appear that it has negative health effects, especially for young people, right? We see this. There's multiple studies on it. For anybody, it can negatively affect your REM sleep. There's some pretty good research on that. So, and then obviously inhaling something, not good for your lungs, okay? Now, this is also true. The ZA is better for you than alcohol. That's a 100% factual statement.
1000%.
Okay? Like, that's just true, okay? I used to use it too much, just like Austin, and what I experienced is too much contentness with anything that was going on in life. So I didn't have that fire under my ass because it makes you very content. And for me, now in my life, it makes me, I don't want to film. I don't want to work hard when I use the ZA, and I use it very rarely. Maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 months. Yeah, once every like 2 months, man. Like, and the reason for that is it makes
like a puff of a joint, by the way.
Yeah. I'm not like, People, it's funny. I always film after I surf, and like my eyes get red after I surf. They get like super red, salt water. Yeah. People are like, he's lit. I'm like, I am not lit. Like
you are naturally though off the surf.
Oh yeah, off the surf. Yeah, no, I'm all like, hey, like he's high. So yeah, I think it's just a tough, nuanced conversation because there are benefits of it, but the problem is you have a bunch of 18, 19-year-olds going, oh my God, it's anti-stress, it's anti-inflammatory, it's anti-this. Brother, you are not somebody dealing with chemotherapy and you need to use the ZA to help with your nausea. That's not you. You ripping your pen first thing when you wake up and 9 times throughout the day is not a medically beneficial way to use the ZA. Like, come on, like stop the cap. So I think a lot of people have just gotten too obsessed with it. It's very prevalent and they need to start to see how it affects their relationships. I don't want to be owned by any substance. So, like, if you're using that every day, you should stop, and you should use it intentionally. Like, yeah, I don't think that's an issue using it intentionally if you're a full-grown adult occasionally. But, yeah, I've been to the jungle, like I said, done ayahuasca, went down there with my wife. I've done it a few times, and I find a lot of benefit from that. I don't make that much content about it because, obviously, I have a young audience, and it's not going to solve all your issues. It's not. And if you feel called to do it, by all means, research it and do your thing. But, yeah, it's not a magic problem solver. I think some people look at psychedelics like that. Like, you can get some insight into some stuff. But really, the reason why it benefited me is because it's a full commitment to better my life. And that's a small piece of it. So if I go out to Joshua Tree with my wife and we do some shrooms, why is this beneficial? Sure, there's some studies on shrooms and, your neurogenesis and all these synapses in your brain and communication with different parts of your brain. Yeah, that stuff's cool. There's studies behind that. The real reason it's beneficial is because my wife and I are going there with the intention of let's do something. Let's have a weekend together where we can bond, or we can really come out of this and look at a lot of the emotional things in our life and try to dial it in. And with that, there's benefit. So, yeah, that's like kind of some of my opinions on it.
I respect that.
Yeah.
People use it a lot, either shrooms, weed, whatever, alcohol, as a coping mechanism. I mean, I used to with weed big time, like...
Yeah, me too, when I was young, yeah.
For, like, relationship issues or emotional stuff. Like, I used to just smoke myself to where I couldn't feel it or didn't need to feel it anymore and kind of just space out.
Wait, are you saying that you would smoke to, like, avoid the problem? Or... Oh, that's very interesting.
Yep. Yeah, and not feel that emotion and, let it work through me or understand why that's happening. I would dole it out. Yep.
Yeah.
So, and I always preach about therapy because that's really helped me, like, look at myself more in that emotional intelligence and actually have, like, in-depth, educated conversations on why a certain thing in my childhood or recently and working through that versus smoking it, forget about it. I don't care anymore. That's exactly how I used to go about it. So
yeah, I try to use it for fun. So like when we go to Big Bear with the boys, like I'll hit the ZA once, and it'll be like it's because I'm there for fun, like I'm there to have a good time.
Fun.
And it's totally fine, and it's like I would hate if I was using it every single day. Then we went to Big Bear with the boys, and it's like I don't even have now an outlet to like do that because hitting the ZA would mean nothing to me. So like make it at least mean something to you, Like that's what I would say. Like even if I don't drink alcohol, but like even if you're gonna drink alcohol or you want to have that as part of your life, I think it's horrible for you. I wouldn't do it. but make it mean something. If you're drinking every day or even multiple times per day, now it doesn't mean shit. So like, what is it, man? Like make it mean something. You want to have a few drinks per year, whatever. Have that ritual with it. Make it make sense in your life.
I like that you said, like, I don't want to be controlled by a substance.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want anything to, like, control me. Like, I want to have independence over how I feel or go about it.
I control my hand to my mouth. If you can't control your hand to your mouth, you are screwed as a man, okay? That is life right there. You can't control putting a crumble cookie in your mouth. You can't control this action. You can't control having beers every single day. You can't control putting a vape to your mouth. You can't control these things. Like, I don't know. Sounds like you're a bitch in my mind. Like, you better, like, lock in and, like, you need to have that control. And then go from there. Do your thing, man. You want to vape or whatever, I wouldn't recommend it, but do you control it? Or is something else controlling it?
So there's more, like we talked about, more neurons in our gut than in our brain, and that's such a habitual thing. Or your gut is craving that sugar or that alcohol or whatever, and it's almost, they're working together, but that gut's really saying it, and then obviously it's overriding your conscious.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Yeah, it's hard, man. People got candida overgrowth, and they wonder why they have sugar addictions. It's like, brother, you have so much bacteria in your gut and in your brain right now, causing a neurofeedback loop, and that's craving sugar. It wants to be fed. It wants to survive. You got candida. You got H. pylori. It's wild.
How big of a sweet tooth did I used to have?
A huge
Bad.
one. Yeah.
Bad, dude. Yeah, for real. And now it's like I'll have like organic ice cream like once every other week now.
Yeah, because that gut cleanse, man. You're owning your gut. You're seeing what's in there.
And I'm feeding my gut a different bacteria, so my brain isn't craving it.
For sure.
Like I don't like crave it now. I used to like crave something, a sweet thing, every single night before bed.
Some of these kids, bro, like some of these young dudes we've like streamed with, they'll have like a date, the fruit, like a date fruit or like a mango, and they'll be like, doesn't taste good. I know. They've cooked their taste buds so much with so many artificial sweeteners, with so much just high fructose corn syrup. It's sad, man. Like, it gets to almost gets like a really spiritual thing for me. Like, bro, you've lost connection with what God put here on this earth to taste good for us. Like, God put stuff growing from trees and growing from bushes that you can grab and bite, and it's supposed to taste so good. And it's just a bummer, man. They've lost that.
What about that mindset? As soon as someone, if they're against organic, they'll say, oh, it doesn't taste good. It's organic. Even though it does taste good.
Yeah.
There's just, once they heard the word organic, they're like, no, that is disgusting. Like,
it's wild, bro. Those people have put those blocks in their mind.
I know.
It's tough. It's tough to see.
I almost don't blame them, though. I feel like it's really the system and their parents, because the parents don't know any better. My parents didn't know any better. They're catching on now big time. But it's like, they were fed what they were fed as a young kid, and now that's all they know. It's sad, dude. And when I see parents that they meet up, and it's like, oh, you're getting right. Like, I like that. You're learning. I love that shit.
Yeah.
The parents are the hardest ones to change. They're so stuck in their ways. So, yeah, I almost don't, like, blame the kids about that. I mean, in a way, it's their own decision, but they don't know any better. No one's taught them anything different. That's why I love our social media channels, because we're teaching the youth, the whatever,
100%.
Our age,
making it
different.
Cool, bro. Making it approachable.
Cool.
Like, it is cool to be healthy. Like,
fuck
and you know what I'm so stoked for, bro? I'm just so stoked to age and grow, because, like, you see people like Mark Sisson, the founder of,
Primal Kitchen.
70, 73, 74,
wow.
Jacked.
Yeah.
You see people like Kelly Slater, 53.
He looks amazing.
Landing huge 360 air surfing, jacked.
Laird Hamilton.
Yep. How do these guys live? They eat real food. They get sunshine. They do all the stuff we talk about. And I just can't wait to, as I go, in a decade or so, go into my 40s, like, this will get re-solidified. And a lot of these kids, like that 19-year-old that we saw yesterday saying he's doing testosterone and eating bad food, we'll see how you look when you're my age. So time will tell.
Yeah.
And time does tell. Time doesn't lie. And you'll see how I look when I'm 40, man. I don't think I'm going to be obese and look like shit. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe.
It feels good to feel good. And, dude, I'm so grateful because it allows us to go mountain biking, to go surf, to do yoga, to whatever, run, sprint. You know, it's like not a lot of people can do that.
Yeah, facts, dude. 100%.
It's crazy, bro.
It's also you get to look the part where people can look at you and be like, you're a really good role model because you actually look healthy.
Yeah.
Because I've met health influencers that don't really have good skin.
Yeah.
I've met nutritionists that are not healthy. I've met doctors that are overweight.
Yeah.
What the
Yeah.
the fuck? What? Like,
You gotta take care of your own temple, 100%, man. Yeah, it's wild. Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's facts. I gotta get to Del Mar.
Okay, one more thing. Damn, what was I gonna say before you said Del Mar? What's next for both y'all as far as your social media channel, whatever you got going, and then SCP or whatever else you want to talk about, and then we can cut it.
Well, besides building YouTube now, because everything's going pretty well with Instagram, so moving into long form content.
Sorry.
My priority right now is to keep optimizing my brain, because this year I really took time out of my life to, the content was going very good and it still is. But right now it's very important for me to learn to become an even better human, because I see the responsibilities are increasing. And with that, I have to mentally prepare myself, because just like you said with the screen time, that's a habit that I'm working on too. There's so many things that I need to work on, and just like a real human being, I got issues that I work with myself. It may look glorious on Instagram, but what I do with my Instagram is I don't do my hair. I don't do that. I'm very raw and real with it. And I have people telling me, you need to groom yourself. You need to wear nicer things. I'm like, no, this message is so clear for the people. But then I stopped saying no, and I started looking at their point of view, and I was like, you know what? I could look nicer. I could look more presentable for my people, just to show them, like, hey, I'm really passionate about what I do, and I care so much, just like you two, which I really appreciate, by the way. You care so much about fixing what needs to be fixed. And that's why I wanted to say in the final words was that I'm grateful for the both of you, like, so much.
Thank
Not
you, bro.
only for your content, but just you guys as people, because
Thank you, man.
it's truly an honor to be sitting here with you guys. It's truly and another thing that's so cool is that it's genuine, and I feel
100%.
that.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you both.
Thank you, man.
I appreciate
Thank you
you,
so
man.
much,
Big
dude.
time, bro.
I appreciate you. Yeah, appreciate those words.
Big time.
What's next for Santa Cruz Paleo? I mean, we got some dope products we're working on, all that. The nootropic I'm really stoked on. More beef tallow skincare products I want to do. More protein flavors. You were trying some of the electrolyte fruit powder ones with freeze-dried fruit powder.
Fire.
Those are really fire. We just got a bunch of fun stuff we're working on there. And the mission continues, man. As I was saying, I'm just like doing a lot of positivity in 2025.
I love it.
Finding common ground with different types of streamers, influencers, finding the common ground, getting people interested in health, and just letting more people dip their toe into the water of health. Like, let's go, like whatever that means to them. And then like on a personal side, just having more fun, bro. Trying to schedule more stuff. Like when we went snorkeling with the boys,
So fun,
just like stuff that, fits into, a little bit of content, a little bit of work, but it's just something I can just take a deep breath and just chill, a little Big Bear trip,
fun,
stuff like that, where I just spend more time with my wife, spend more time with my friends, and just be stoked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the goal, man.
Bro,
This was so much fun.
You got to move here, bro. If you can, I'm telling you, it's so
We're going to
fun,
come
dude.
Are you in New York?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to come to New York,
That'd be
mid-September.
awesome. We'll make
Let's
it
rock,
happen.
bro.
Yeah.
Stoked. Big meetup. Let's do it, dude.
Yeah.
It's easy to be healthy here, bro. It really
clearly.
is. Yeah,
It is, bro.
It just lends itself to health, whether it's walking, the beach, the restaurants. It's so grateful for that. So,
Of course.
dude, thank y'all, man, for real,
you so
for coming
much.
on, bro.
Thank you, bro. Of course,
We're fucking
always, dude.
goats. This is Organic Conversations, gang. Y'all can find these gentlemen, Santa Cruz Medicinals.
Let's go.
I'm just Wasim.
I'm just Wasim. Sorry, I said I am.
It's all good.
Yeah, man. These are the goats, and inspire others to get people healthy. We aren't the only ones doing this. You can too, bro.
Yes,
you
sir.
don't need 100,000 followers to do this shit. You can too, bro.
Let's go.
Much
Run
love.
it up. Leave some comments below. Let us know stuff you want to hear us talk about. Austin and I we're in here all the time. Sometimes we're playing NHL. Sometimes we're in the backyard.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're messing with his new dog.
Yeah.
Got a new dog. Let's
Oh,
go.
yeah.
So leave your questions below, and we will get to them, because I think we're going to rip like Q&A episode
should- I would love
next
that.
week. So love y'all. Appreciate you guys. Peace and love.
Gang.
Adios.